Well, hello and welcome to Tea Talk. I'm Lady O, and we are here to talk about real and relevant issues that are going on today in our community. And this weekend, we have a lot going on. Of course, you all know that this is the 20th anniversary of the 9/11. And so we definitely want to take a minute to just honor all of the people who lost loved ones. And if you can just remember where you were on that day, I remember that very vividly. And I think, any kind of tragedy that happens, you kind of remember where you were. And we were in our house, and I had been praying for my daughter to come home. She lived in New York. She had been to school there at NYU, and we were saying, we need you to come home, come home. And she was saying, I'm not coming back to Houston. I said, don't underestimate the power of a praying mother. So I was praying for her to come home, and she had been home 1 week. And when it happened, I called her in there. I said, look at this, because she would go to work through that tunnel. I said, look at this. And so I was just praising God. And then not only praising God, we had other friends, her friends were there trying to find out where they were. It was a very stressful time. But, when I saw the buildings fall, reality set in that there are thousands of people that are in that building. Tonight, thousands of families will never be the same. And when I was looking today on the news, when they're interviewing some of the family members, they're saying that every time they celebrated on the news, the anniversaries, they relive it. So I wanted to just say that to just be thinking about the thousands of people whose lives changed and that will never be the same, because they're not only remembering it in their homes with their families, but the world is remembering it and having them to come down and relive it and honor them and so forth. So today, just really be, let's hug our loved ones a little bit closer, and be thinking of them. We also have a truck that is going to Louisiana for all the people that are devastated in the Louisiana area. So there's so many people that are really devastated this weekend that I want you to really pray for them, be thinking about them. And like I said, hug your loved ones a little bit closer. If you're going through something, it's not really worth all of that, to miss a moment of saying, I love you or I appreciate you, because tomorrow is not promised, right? So, in the chat, if you'll go ahead and put down if you have a memory of where you were on that day or a prayer or something that you might say, because there were some people that we knew here in Houston who did lose loved ones there. And so just give them, a little encouragement, if you will, okay? Now, I am excited today because I have some great, great, great news for you about an upcoming event. And you know how we love to mark our calendars for upcoming events that are really good, and not only good, but they're good for us, and you're going to really enjoy them. So, you know how I love women's conferences, right? Well, I have a very, very, very wonderful person that's going to come on. And I do say wonderful because I do admire her, and have followed her over the years. And she has a women's conference that's coming up that I want her to talk about. So, without further ado, she is the First Lady of the Church Without Walls, none other than First Lady Sharita West. Would you help me welcome First Lady Sharita to Tea Talk? Can you give her an applause and give her some thumbs up and some hearts and welcome her? So, welcome, Lady Sharita, to Tea Talk.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure. Great to see you.
Good to see you too. You look beautiful. you
Hi.
you
Thank
are,
you. Thank you.
you're just radiating. The glory of the Lord is all over you. I can see it.
Oh my God. God bless you. That's
Yeah.
extremely kind.
Well, listen, we want to get to know you a little bit first, about you, and then I want to talk about your wonderful conference that's coming up. So, tell me, were you born from Houston? In Houston, were you a Houstonite?
Native Houstonian, been here all my life. Grew
Wow.
up in North, grew up in Northeast Houston.
Okay.
a product of then with North Forest Independent School District. I attended Forest Brook High School. I've been here and went to University of Houston, and this has been home for me.
Okay. Well, that's great to know. I didn't know that you were here and from the University of Houston. Wow. That is wonderful. So you have siblings?
I do. There's actually five of us.
Wow.
There's five of us.
Big family.
I'm number four. I'm
Number
number
four.
four. I'm number four. Yeah. You
So
know what? I need to look up the significance of the number four.
I know I'm trying to think about that too, because they have significance for firstborn and for lastborn and for
Right,
the middle child.
right, right.
But
Yeah.
you're not the middle child, are you? Are you like? Is there
I'm
like a
not.
big age difference there?
My sister, my older sister, she's the middle child. So, and there's about a 2 or 3 year age difference between us.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that particular one, you know, but I would like to look
There's a 7 year age difference between my youngest sister.
between you and your youngest sister.
My youngest sister is 7 years.
Oh wow. Well, then you're like a the baby child. You're like that last
I was
bed.
7 years. Yeah, I told her, I said, who waits 7 years to have a baby? Who does that?
Well, I have a 7 year difference between my two.
Oh,
No, my second child had the first two back to back, and then there's a 7 year gap.
oh wow.
Uh, yeah, for my son
You too, huh?
Joseph. So I did have a 7 year gap, but I had one of those doctors who told me that I wasn't going to have any more children. Well, at first he said you would never have children. I said, "Oh wow!" So when that first
That's
one
what
came,
usually happens.
yeah, and then the second one came right away. I said, "This doctor doesn't know what he's talking about." But
He lied to me.
I know he lied to me, and but finally, Pastor, I said, "Hey, we can't believe this doctor. We're going to have about 6 or 7 kids back to back." Yeah. So, how many children do you have? Two boys, right?
I have two boys.
Okay, that's what I thought. And both of your boys, are they preach the gospel too? Are they ministers?
They're both in ministry. Yes, they are, and
Yes.
I'm grateful um, that the Lord saw that in their lives and to call them. I'm sure if they had their preference, one would be a lawyer and one would be a professional golfer. So,
Yeah.
but God said otherwise.
Well, I really believe, like, in the Bible with the Levites and all the stuff, that it's in the blood. And so even,
Mm,
sometimes they don't accept the calling and they try everything else. I don't know if you know, but Pastor
yes.
Ogletree wanted to be a lawyer, and he was a lawyer for, I think when he first met your husband, he was an attorney.
Mm-hmm,
And God brought
mm-hmm,
him back, and he had to eventually let go of what he wanted to do and do what God called him to do. And
mm-hmm.
but we
That's
have three sons, and all of our sons are in the ministry as well. And I really always say the fruit of my womb is blessed. So I know you feel that way too.
yes,
You see your
yes,
boys
absolutely,
preaching the gospel and doing
absolutely,
well. So, and
absolutely.
you've been married for a long time, like me too. How long have you been married?
Forever,
37? I just say forever.
forever.
Hey, I feel like that too, and I know I was because I told my husband the other day. I said, "You remember? You realize you have been in my life for over 50 years."
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
It's been 39 years, 39 plus 7. I told him I count the years that we dated because
exactly. You
so
count all of them and
all
see.
of, all of that counts. So we
Yeah.
actually been married for 39 years.
Wow. Well, bless you, bless you.
39 September 4th.
That is a blessing to be able to be married that long. And
It
I
is.
tell people all the time, they say, "Oh, you're so blessed. You've been married. You've had this perfect, wonderful marriage, and da 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 da." And I tell them, "No, no, 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 boo boo. Hold on. Marriage is work. Okay, it's
Yes,
a
it
commitment.
is. It
It's a
is.
sacrifice."
It
And
is.
anybody who tells you, because I used to have this older lady in the church, she had been married for so long. She said, "We've been married 50 some years and we've never had an argument, never went to bed angry with each other." I'm like, either she's senile or she's lying to me. Okay. Because
Right.
because that's just not the way it is. But
Uh,
we thank the Lord that He's given us great men, as I know your husband, um,
absolutely.
Pastor West, and my husband, great men, great men. Nobody, they're not perfect men, and neither are we perfect
No,
women, but they are great men, and we are honored to be called their wives.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
now, tell me a little bit about what do you like to do? What are your, you have any hobbies or things that you really like to
I
do?
do. I enjoy sewing. I love sewing.
Do you really?
I love designing my own pieces because I know they'll be uniquely me.
Yeah,
And I love flying kites. I know most people say like flying kites. I enjoy flying kites.
yeah, yeah.
I love the idea that the wind can take this little piece of canvas and get beneath it and just
Yes.
take it to high. I love flying kites. Of course,
Oh my goodness.
I enjoy being with my grandbaby. That's not a hobby, but I love traveling and enjoying good company. And it's just I don't consider myself a Renaissance person, but I enjoy adventure. Just a lot
Okay.
of new things and meeting new people and connecting with new people beyond my immediate circle in different countries. I love developing relationships with people around the world and just getting a glimpse of their lives and what makes their lives so rich and full. So,
Wonderful.
a lot of good.
Okay, now tell me, where is your favorite place that you visited? Because do you have a favorite?
Oh gosh, it's I have to.
Somebody asked me that question the other day and asked Pastor and I both together. And we were like, we looked at each other like, oh my God. So we had to start kind of going through.
Yeah, I think I have to compartmentalize it.
Uh-huh. Yes, that's what I had to do too.
If it's water, I love water in Fiji.
Uh-oh, you're muted. I think you got muted.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I said, oh, that's probably have my paper on top of it. I said if it's water, I love Bora Bora and Fiji.
Okay.
Um, if it's um, in terms of rich culture, I love Europe. You can't miss me in any part of it.
Right, right,
But
right.
overall, if I have to say right now, South Africa,
South Africa.
South
That's
Africa.
on my bucket list. I told Pastor for our 50th, I said, I want to go to South Africa because I've not been there. We've been to Africa before, different places, but I haven't been to South Africa and I want to go there. And we were going to go and something happened. And
Mhm.
so it's still on my bucket list.
It's I can't explain the connection that you feel once you get there, and the
Uh-huh.
people are so lovely. And we connected with a couple, and Ralph and I were traveling there, and he had to preach in Durban, but we chose to go to Cape Town first. And
Right,
anytime we travel, we always find a church. I usually do that before I leave.
right,
Find the church where we're going to worship, so we'll
mhm,
know if we're going to be there on a Sunday. So
right.
with this particular time, I didn't get a chance to. So when we got there, I was searching, and Ralph said, "Sheree, who's that singing?" He said, "Well, that's the church we're going to." He said, "Who's that singing those hymns? He loves hymns." And we went to the church and had an opportunity to meet the pastor and his wife. We met up again in Durban at the conference, and we have become just our souls live together. Just
Wow.
beautiful. They have a great ministry, and it is booming, booming there. His church is just growing,
Yeah,
and they just lovely people.
right.
We've been having the opportunity to see each other at least twice a year, but because of COVID,
Uh-huh.
uh, we really miss them. We really miss them, their family.
Your voice is fading again. I don't know if it's a paper, if you're moving back from the computer, but the
Oh,
last
I can't
sentence
hear
we
you.
didn't
Okay,
hear.
okay.
But
I said,
yeah. Well, I love water too. I love cruising, even though but I do love cruises. I really do. If it's a really good one, I do. And one of our places, we had several, but I think we kind of settled on Italy. I think Italy was just one of those trips that
Mhm.
it was just very memorable. And then Maui, we love Maui. We're gonna go back to Maui again. We love that part too. So, but anyway, so we love traveling. But listen, let's talk about your conference. And I want to start off about with your name of your conference, or your women mosaic. Talk
Mhm.
to me about that. I was just really intrigued about the name and how it came to be.
Okay.
Tell us about that.
Well, actually, I was in Italy.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Okay.
I was visiting the Saint Peter Basilica Church in the Vatican City, and I walked in there, and I love art. I do. I'm not an art connoisseur. Just maybe not aficionado. I'm just kind of in
Yeah,
the middle.
yeah,
I just love art.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And I walked into the church in St. Peter's Basilica, and there's no paint in the church. So I saw these humongous paintings, I
Yeah.
thought.
Uh-huh.
And I was so captivated by the colors, the richest reds, the richest blues, the colors were just so fascinating.
Yes.
And every artist wants to lasso you in and pull you into
Right.
that particular piece. And
Uh-huh.
I was just I was walking just closer. I mean, I was literally drawn into the pieces.
Okay.
And wow, these are the most beautiful pieces of art. And when
Yes.
I got up close to it, I realized they were not paintings,
Mm-hmm.
they were mosaics.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, is that not the life of a woman? From a distance, her life is perfect. You
Right.
cannot see any flaws,
Uh-huh.
any discrepancies. You can't see because from a distance her life is perfect. But when you get
Yes.
close up on when you get close to her and you get to hear her story and know her story, you see she has cracks, she has bruises, she has things she's encountered where her life has been shattered.
Right.
But the beauty is that even in that, God can take those pieces and put them in strategic places to make you look whole again. So that talks
Wow.
about the Mosaic woman. That every
Wow.
woman has been shattered one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
God can put you back together.
Back together.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. I'm getting chills over here. Because you're absolutely right. We're made up a lot of pieces. And if you stand back and look at us, you think you see one thing, but you get
Mm-hmm.
closer and you can see all of the pieces make
Absolutely.
up who we are. And
Absolutely.
there are many different colors and pieces and
Absolutely.
hairs and so forth. So, but anyway, well, great. So tell me about the conference.
Okay.
Um, what is your purpose of your conference? Your mission, or what do you think about when you're putting the conference together? And if you could lean in a little bit closer, because
Okay.
I'm losing your sound.
Can you hear
Toward
me? Is that better?
that's good. Uh-huh. Yes, toward the end of the sentence, I don't know, it just gets kind of fades out a little bit.
Um, our focus for Amazing Women Weekend, which is September the 23rd through the 25th, our focus here is resilience.
Okay.
And I was moved to that theme when I thought about where we have been the past year and a half in terms of the season in each of our lives and what we've encountered. During this pandemic, many of us have had challenges, of course, with COVID,
Oh
and,
yes.
and then other health challenges, financial challenges, and the stresses of work and family and just a whole conglomerate of things.
Mhm.
And even when you've been hit by all those things, I think it can really break the strongest person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The idea of our focus this year is to be resilient.
Resilient.
Be
I
resilient.
love it. I love it.
To be, do not allow your circumstances, what you've encountered, to hold you down or give the enemy a victory.
Right.
So it's a decision you will have to, and basically it's a matter of hope and a matter of faith that
Mm-hmm.
you hold on to both so that
Mm-hmm.
you can be resilient.
Right.
Um, because I'll admit, Lady O, there have been times I wanted to just curl up in my bed and say, I'm
Oh yeah.
done. I'm
Oh,
done.
yes, I'm done.
We've had, just in my family, we've had multiple deaths, multiple health challenges, and I'm
Mm,
like, come on, God, give
enough,
me
enough,
strength,
enough.
you know, you know, and you
I
just
do know.
want to walk away, but
Mm,
but the idea is like, Lord, even in that, if you forgive me for just venting, I said, but I know if it were not for you,
mm.
I could not even utter these words of complaint.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly.
thank you for the strength to stay strong
Yes.
even during these times. So the focus is resilient, and my hope is that the women who attend, we have what we call life application sessions for
Okay.
the speakers.
Okay.
and and the idea is that each session is designed to help a woman regain her resilience, and
Mm-hmm.
those who are already there to remain resilient,
Mm-hmm.
and to give that woman the tools that she will need to hopefully be equipped when her life is shifts into a different season. And
Yes.
what's your topic? I can't remember. What's your focus? Your topic?
I have my word. Mine is just talking about resilient too, but the exact topic, let me see if I can remember right off because I know I got my message together.
It's grateful.
But
Yours
I'm
is grateful, emerging with a new attitude.
yes, great, a new attitude. Mine is about the attitude.
Yes.
Okay. So the session that I'm going to be doing, oh my God, I have been into it with the Lord
Yes.
because it's all about attitude,
It's all about attitude.
about
Yes.
attitude. So that's
Right.
mine.
That is so true. I'm really grateful for these topics. The one that we're doing, and I like to mention, is for it's is designed for, but not exclusively for, our young adult women, and it's called Broken Crayons, Still Color.
Broken crayons. Oh,
Broken Crayons, Still Color,
still
and
color. Okay.
excuse me,
That's for the young adults.
it's designed for, but not exclusive.
Okay. Anybody can come. Anybody can come. Okay,
Right.
great.
Crystal Berry is facilitating that when and Connie Pastor Connie Jackson, she's facilitating Just Curse God and Die.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
So we know, if you talk about resilient persons in the Bible, we do know that Job is definitely one.
Oh my God.
Those
Well,
are
and when you're, let's talk a little bit about these subject titles a little bit more. They're so rich. When I read them, I was like, wow, I've got to have her come on because the part that you talked about just now, even curse God and die, with
hmm
the things that are going on in this world, with the racism, the COVID, the death that you can't even have a decent funeral,
right, right,
and you can't even at one time the funeral homes were not able to even get the bodies in,
right.
and you had to get on a waiting list to get a date for a funeral.
It's
I
true.
mean, so
That's
that tells you about the depths of what is happening that people are going through with death. I think
right.
when you're talking about back to back, I lost an uncle, and then I lost an aunt, and then I lost a brother, and then an uncle, all within 6 months. I think there was another one in there, but it wasn't like a close relative. But it's like, no, Lord, what is going on?
Right, right,
I know. Can we just stop this roller coaster? But and then you're like, okay, I can't go to that funeral. It's
right.
there, and then this was at a funeral home, and just everything is so
hmm
different. So when you're looking at coming to a conference like what you have, um, I want to encourage all the women to go because one of the things that we don't do, we don't talk about our struggles that we're going through. We
Absolutely.
don't admit it's like that mosaic piece from back far. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yes.
But in reality, we get real close and we could really talk to you. You need some of these classes. And I'm hoping that women will let down their guards and share so they can receive the help and the healing and the wholeness. And what I found, a lot of women, they are angry about things, they are depressed. They're all
hmm
these things because it's bottled up inside them. So you need to come to these classes and let the Lord speak to you, because
Yes, yes,
he's speaking to the speakers for you.
yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
so yeah, so that curse God and die. I can see a lot of people have lost homes, that you can't go to church anymore. So it's like, I don't have money, I don't have family. I mean, do I just curse God and die? So I could really, I want to hear what she's got to say about that.
And your topics, I love, and to me, lady, oh, to me that your attitude has a lot to do because my devotional message is basically talking about attitude has a lot to do with your resilience.
Oh my
And
God. Oh my
you
God.
have a and just think about Job. The fact that you have all these losses,
Yes.
you
You can still bounce
still,
back.
yeah, and have a love and devotion to God. Uh,
Exactly.
Even Joseph, for what he went through, to still have, and as I was been meditating over Joseph, not to give away too much, is that didn't see anywhere where he really had a bad attitude. You
Yeah.
know,
No, he did.
brothers,
His wife did now. His wife said, why don't you just curse him and die? Because I'm sick
yeah,
of looking at you.
yeah. But I'm even moving closer to even Joseph, where
Yeah.
Joseph with his brothers and the pit and the prison.
Yes.
Not one time did you really hear or see where he was. You found a negative, a dismay, or bad attitude. So I
Right.
think we can be resilient, lady.
Oh
If
yeah.
we keep
Well,
our
I've got, the Lord has given me a really, really, really good message
amen.
about that attitude. So I'm not going to give it away, but
Don't give it away. But
but I'm telling you, I want you guys to come and hear all of them. But I definitely do want you, because we women, I'm gonna tell you, and you know what I'm talking about, because you got a church, you know, the pastor's wife, and a lot of the women have really bad attitudes,
oh my
and
God.
sometimes it comes out in their mouths and the things they can't get alone and work together. And so we're going to talk about all of that, and because my whole thing is to help you to see yourself
Right.
and to tell you how to make yourself better, because we can't represent God like that with bad attitudes.
That cannot.
Yeah. So, and what was the first one you said?
Oh, Broken Crayon, Still Color, and then
Yes.
Connie Jackson will be doing Just Curse God and Die.
Yeah.
Jewel London is also facilitating staying faithful to the call, and that's kind of to those women who are have feel like they have a calling in their lives.
Right.
Um, and then we have also this is one by I think Deborah Bell is facilitating. This one is the Power of Subtraction, and that's removing that excess,
Ooh,
laying aside every weight, just getting that excess. Uh,
subtraction. I love it. I love it, because God has certainly subtracted some things in my life. And you know, you first you're like, I don't want it. It's like a child, I want to keep
right?
it. And he said, let it go, let it go. It's not good
Yes,
for you.
yes,
I
yes.
got something better.
And we can't be resilient holding on to weight.
Exactly.
There's no buoyancy there when we hold it on the weight. But one other area I want to even mention that Friday, I think it's called Gotcha, and it's
Okay.
an opportunity for women who to be informed about our safety. We have someone from the Attorney General's office that's going to be talking about our the cyber crimes.
Oh,
We're
wow.
so susceptible to being victims to
Yes.
cyber crimes, and that's one I really think, particularly women, we really need to be attentive to our affairs to make sure that we have everything secured. And another topic is one I love. It's called Chicks and Netflix, and it's not a topic. It's
Okay.
actually that Friday night we have selected 4 movies, and we call it the Chicks and Netflix. And you can look at the movie, and then we'll
Uh-huh.
come together in a breakout session and discuss. And basically, each one of those movies are about a woman or someone who's resilient. And I think
Oh, I love it.
one
I
I
love it.
one that I love is Resort Love. That's with Christian Milian, and I can't remember the co-star. One of my favorite summer flicks. Um,
Uh-huh.
but it's all of
I
the
haven't seen that one. It's called, what is it called?
Resort Love. It's
I
kind of a
haven't
rom
heard
com.
that one. Okay.
It's on Netflix. It's a rom com, but but it's a story of resilience.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Good.
it's another. Actually, one of my other favorites, and I did with some pastors' wives, is called The Other Woman with Cameron Diaz. I can't think of that lady. That's another one of a woman take your mind off the other woman, but the
Right.
fact of resilience, how resilient and how
Yeah.
they busted and became just really boss ladies.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's another one that it's another rom com too. It's another one that I enjoy. But it's a you have rom coms, drama, all those will reflect resilience. And
Oh, wow.
I think they're gonna lend to some good discussion. So I say get your popcorn, your raisinets, and get ready for a good chick flick.
Okay. I did that once. We had a pajama party. So are the ladies wearing pajamas, or are they just wearing church clothes, or what is the
Oh,
attire?
this is Friday night, honey. So
Okay, because I'm gonna put me on some pajamas and popcorn.
put on your moo.
Okay. Whatever's comfortable.
Yes,
Wow, well, that's good. So it starts on a Thursday, correct?
yes, and I'm glad this Thursday segment is called Faces of Resilience.
Okay.
And Evelyn, I tell you, we have three amazing women. One is a pastor's wife, a first lady. One is a corporate executive, and one is an Olympic gold medalist,
Wow.
Simone
Okay.
Biles. And each of them will share their story of challenge and what they faced, but how the Lord has given them a spirit of resilience
Yes.
where they can move on. And I tell you, it was the interview was just heart wrenching because you trying to hold your composure
Right.
to hear their journey. It's just amazing. Like again, mosaic. You're looking from a distance, you have
Yes.
no idea, but
Hmm.
I think their stories will be a blessing. I
Right.
also think their stories will help liberate some women,
Uh-huh.
and I also think their stories will give those who feel they can't go on
Hmm.
just a win in their self.
Yes. Well, I'm excited about that because one of the things that I do love, I love to watch documentaries,
Mm-hmm.
to hear the back scene behind a person's journey to victory, to becoming
Yes,
famous or whatever, because what we see on the stage or what we see in a particular when they're presenting or performing is not real life. It is their
absolutely,
stage. And so their
absolutely,
real life is what I'm
absolutely,
hearing you say. They're going to be hearing about the real life and how to
absolutely.
navigate beyond the struggles and obstacles of real life.
Right, absolutely. I was so pleased with Simone. You are a young black woman in a sport where you are basically the only black one in the pool. you know,
Right, right.
so the challenges of that, and then the other
Mhm.
stories based off some challenges in marriage. How do you make that hard decision? And then
Yeah,
a family issue. So I think the women across the board will be
yeah,
by the faces of resilience. Three faces.
great. So now I know that, well, I'm asking, I don't really know. Is it virtual
It
and part
is
person or what?
the whole weekend is a virtual experience.
Everything is virtual.
Everything is virtual. It's complimentary. There's no fee.
Okay.
All they would have to do is just register and find a comfortable place in their home where they have good Wi-Fi signal. Get in their comfy clothes, and hey, you don't even have to turn your camera on. Most of the time,
Okay.
you won't be on,
You
and
can
just
listen,
enjoy the teachings of God's word.
Wow. Wow.
Um, Thursday night, the stories of women and their resilience, and then Friday, a devotional message. I'll bring that on Friday, and then all the life application sessions, and it'll go all day from I think like 9 all the way to like 5. Then we'll take a break, and then I think during that break you'll see they'll have commercials of different companies and businesses and entrepreneurs. And then
Right.
at 7 o'clock we'll look at the movie. And most of the movies that we selected, I don't think they are no more than an hour and a half, maybe two at the most.
Okay.
Come
Right.
back in,
You're
and
not
then
gonna fall asleep after.
no, come back in and do a, a little 30, 45 minute discussion of them, and
Oh, yes.
come back on Saturday morning. And I want to encourage Saturday morning because the devotion, the meditation time will be music will be offered by Little Miss Zundy from Cape Town, South Africa, from the Langa Baptist Church. She serves with her father.
I
And
didn't hear that again. I'm sorry. Repeat that. The lady's name. Yes, I heard South African
Miss
church.
Zundy, Miss Zundy, Little Miss Zundy, she serves
Okay.
with her father in Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah.
She has an angelic voice,
Wow.
angelic. So
Yeah.
I would love, it's our time of meditation where she will be rendering beautiful songs, and
Right.
then we'll, have our guest speaker, and she's a surprise.
Okay.
Then we'll have what we call our Power Talk panel. So we'll probably wrap up Saturday starting about 8:30. We'll probably be wrapped up about 12:30.
So from Saturday it'd be like 8:30 to 12.
It's just I don't even think it's that long realistically. I think we start that morning. Excuse me. We have a devotional message. We
Mhm.
have a guest speaker. We have our power talks, and we're it's a short day.
Right, right.
Short day.
Well, this is great. And I believe I heard you say too that it's free.
It's
Is
free.
that correct?
Absolutely, it's free.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
blessing.
it's free. So I encourage those who will be, enjoying this tea talk, to
Right,
please extend the invitation to their family and friends across the country. Or if you have some international, we would
right.
love for them to be a part of our
To be a
weekend,
part.
and just be blessed by. I think, like I said, we've been, oh gosh, overwhelmed by so much,
Oh,
and
yes.
it just, I think it'd be nice to get a word, a refreshing word, to lift us, in doing this
Right,
week.
right. So, okay, great, great, great. So tell us the website or whatever. How do they register? What is
Register
the
at,
connection?
you have options. You can
Okay.
go to churchwithoutwalls.org,
Uh-huh.
the church, I'm sorry, churchwithoutwalls.org,
Churchwithoutwalls.org.
or amazingwomenweekend.org.
Okay.
You can get the
Okay.
two there.
Very
And
good.
you can
Well,
registration.
we we have the information we'll put also in the chat to make sure. But I mean, pretty much the people who are online today, they will be reach chatting it. Churchwithoutwalls.org. Everybody can remember that. And if you can't, then the Amazing Women's Weekend.
Amazing Women Weekend. Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, we can remember that Amazing Women's Weekend.
And I would really encourage them, all your those participating, to make sure they sign into your session too.
Yes, yes, yes. You got to come and check my session out, guys. I tell you what,
Yes.
they're all going to be amazing, but I already know what God has given me, and you need to be there. So I look forward to having all of you come and be blessed. And that's one of the things that I just love to do with Tea Talk is share with you some good news that's going to not be just good to you, but good for you.
For you.
And one of the things that I know that God said to me when you go in, no, when you come out of this building, do not come back in the same way you went out.
Same way, really, really.
Yeah. So God has caused it to be so. He's allowed it that we are not in our buildings like we used to be. Some
Absolutely.
of us are back a little bit. It's just kind of uneasy the way we're doing things, but it was not a punishment.
Mm-mm.
I call it is it a respite or what do you call it? Where you just have like you a time to, I'm kindergarten teacher. It's like a timeout, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And
Absolutely.
I used to tell my kids, you're not in trouble, but you need to go over in timeout to kind of think about some things.
Absolutely.
What you just did, what you just said, or why are you feeling this way? Why did you say whatever it is? So it wasn't like a punishment, but it was a time to say, let's stop this train.
Yes.
Let's stop this train and let's think
Right.
about what's really going on and what does God want me to learn from this time out? What
Absolutely.
does he want me to change and become? while we're in this time out. It's not a time to just watch movies and get
Right,
better.
right. It's a time of reflection. I do believe. I do believe it's a time of re- ref- reflection to just really see what is God saying, because He's definitely saying something.
Yes, he is.
And if
Yes, he
and
is.
if we don't listen, we're gonna all learn the Greek alphabets.
Okay.
Delta, all
You
of them.
know, all of them.
Yeah, all of
But
them.
you can think about it, that so much time can waste. You look up and a year's gone, and I want to ask you, what have you done? How have you changed? How have you become better? Uh, what things that God want you to do um, in the pandemics to prepare you to go back in better? And that's what I see this conference as too. It's
Mhm.
a tool to use, and it's free too.
Yeah.
It's a tool for you to go and get some help
Mhm.
and to get that mirror up. I say it's a time to reflect. Say, who am I?
Absolutely. Yes.
You know, who does God want me to be?
Yeah.
And we got to always strive to be better, to get better. And the way you do that is by informing yourself, getting around wonderful women. That's the thing I like about women's conferences. You
Mhm.
get to be with other women, and I love other women. One lady told me one time when I invited her to my conference, she said, I don't do women.
Ah.
I said, what?
Mhm.
I said, you don't do women. I said, you're a woman. What do you mean you don't do women? I said, it's not that kind of party. We're not doing women.
Mhm.
So she started coming. Because
Oh wow.
think about it. You
Yeah.
don't want to be around other women and you're a woman.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You need to check that out. Well, I am just so excited about it. And I know the women are going to be blessed. I want to thank you for sharing what you're doing. It's just amazing that
Thank
you're
you for
having this
having me.
amazing Women's Weekend. And I am excited. And thank you for inviting me too to be a part of it. I felt so
Absolutely.
honored. I said, I'm going to be a part of it.
You
Um,
are an amazing woman.
well, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So I think that's about it. So, guys, don't forget, look in the chat, go on the Church Without Walls on their website or Amazing Women's Weekend. You can Google that
Amazing.
and it will
Amazing
come
women.
up.
AmazingWomenWeekend.com.
.com. Okay. Amazing Women Weekend. It's a women's weekend.com.
.com. Yes.
Yeah, you can pull it up and get that and get registered.
No
You
S.
know,
Amazing Women Weekend. No S.
yeah, Amazing Women Weekend.
And
Okay,
.com.
and go ahead and don't wait too late. Go ahead, you can do
Right.
that now. As soon as you get through now, I want you to also do something for me. Um, this platform that I have, I like to for you to share it. So
Mhm.
you have friends that were not able to be on this week. Can you share it with other people so they can know about this amazing Women's Weekend?
Mhm.
Invite them to come and let's just all get there.
Yeah.
Okay, can you meet us there? All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, First Lady. And
Thank
thank
you.
you again. You've been a marvelous guest. And I just, like I said, you're a wonderful woman, an amazing woman. And thank you for sharing with us your amazing weekend. We'll see you
Absolutely.
there.
God bless
Well,
you.
listen, I'll see you next week for tea at 3 with Lady O. Okay. Have a great day.